at this. This house goes clear down underground. Dark down here. This weird old... First of all, look, there's a giant tree stump here at the bottom of the stairs. I guess like a chopping block. Weird crank on it. I wonder what that was for. Something de mano azteca, Spanish. I know there's a lot of Hispanic farm workers, illegals in this valley. Look at this though. Wow, what was this? I mean, it's this underground storage bunker with this crazy door. York Ice Machinery Corporation. Oh, it's like some kind of ice house down here. Holy crikey. Okay, well, I'll go in there in a sec, but look. I mean, look on this side. Look at the freaking floor. And the walls are all in really good shape. Like, I don't know if you can see this wood. It's still like really shiny and treated with like linseed oil or something. Oh man, it's so dark in here. Old burlap bags. It's really, I mean, it almost looks like a sauna in here. I wish you guys could see it better. But this wood is in pristine condition. And then on this wall, maybe I can get it like this way. I don't know if you can see that, but there's just shelves. Slatted shelves. And it's cold down here. It's probably like at least 15, 20 degrees cooler than it was up top. And these are all shredded burlap bags here. So maybe they were storing some kind of food in burlap bags in here. And then look, here's a cross section just so you can see that ice house door. They were not fooling around. I mean, that looks like the door to a safe. Man, it sure would suck if I went in here. Somebody came up behind me and locked me in. That would be scary. Look, here's the control to it. It's weird. On, off. Maybe there's a light. I don't know. All right, let's go in here, just poke around. Be real careful, though, because look at the floor, man. It's just covered in old burlap bags. But then look. There's a metal fridge in here. Oh, and it goes into another room. Look at this. This was definitely some kind of a refrigeration device. Look at those tubes. It's like on the back of a refrigerator. They were keeping something ice cold in here. What was it? Holy cow, look at the hinge. Yeah, this just goes, basically this side is split into a bunch of little mini rooms with the same kind of shelves. All kind of crap on the floors. Oh, I have never seen anything like that. And then look up there, there's the vent. I don't know if you remember up top of the hill, you saw that little vent peeking out. Oh, look, here's a thermometer. It'll tell us exactly how hot it is in here. Except for this is the most confusing thermometer I've ever seen in my life. I'm trying to get it to light up uniformly, so maybe you guys can tell me about it, but it's hard. Gee, I don't know. Oh, it's cracked there. Probably why I can't read it. Anyways, yeah, I don't know what they stored in here, but something that they wanted to keep cold. And oh, look, there's a drain in the floor, so maybe they stored meat. I don't know. Okay, what on God's green earth was going on in there? I mean, if I was more cynical, I'd say there was some guy who killed women and kept their bodies down there. Okay, let's go in this other dugout house and see what's in this one. I mean, these are so cool. They're just built right into the ground. Look at that. It's that same cool stone craftsmanship like with the corral for these houses. Holy moly, what was this? Let's turn my flashlight on. Oh my God, it's already like 10 degrees cooler just going down these couple stairs. Now this to me is obviously like some kind of a food storage cellar. I mean, it's markedly cooler down here, and there's a bunch of old jars and stuff. Look, that was their old Kern's boysenberry jelly jar. I mean, I know a cynic would look at this and go, they're probably making meth. But I don't think so. I think the farm family that lived here used this to store their preserves. I don't know though, storing preserves, that's pretty old-timey for this day and age. I mean, they could just drive to Tonopah, an hour away, and, you know, buy groceries. But who knows, man? Maybe the mom was into it. She wanted to can her own vegetables and stuff. Like maybe she did have a vegetable garden out there, and she really took pride in preserving her own homegrown foods. You know how that is. When you grow it yourself, it tastes better. Now let's go in the barn. This old barn is amazing. Look at these old windows, this old weathered wood. Feels like I'm not even in Nevada. I mean, I barely am. California is like 3 feet behind me, but this is technically Nevada. Okay, so here's the garage side of the barn. Probably parked their tractors and whatnot back here. Now let's go in the middle part of the barn. Wow, look at this old barn, you guys. This is beautiful. Look at the stalls. Oh, look, a big old pigeon just flew out. Can you imagine the little girl that I was just making up? Maybe she came in here and like fed the horses. That was her chores. Oh, wow. Look at this. All these stalls, they had horses in them, I guess. I don't know. You don't really keep cows in a barn, do you? All these stalls, man. Maybe the little girl did 4-H and, you know, had her prize pig in here. Spooky old creaking abandoned barn. Really feels like I'm in Kansas or something, not Nevada. Oh wow, there's probably something really good behind this door. I mean, a door like this. Wow, look. There's like a secret clubhouse in the barn with a refrigerator. It's probably where the husband came out here and kept his beer and his Playboys. Oh man, it doesn't open. Darn it, I would have loved to see what he had in here. Well, so I'm gonna guess this was kind of like a tack room / he kept his beers out here room when he wanted to get away from the nagging wife room. You guys all have a room like that, don't you? Wow, you can really hear the roof on this old barn creaking and rattling. I mean, it is windy in here. It gets windy in this valley. Surprised this barn's even still standing. Look, here's like bins where they kept all the feed. That was probably full of like corn or whatever back in the day. What if I opened this one and there was a dead body in it? What would you guys say? Just kidding. That one probably had oats in it. And then this. Oh, look, a rat. You want to give me hantavirus? Look, he's so scared. He's like, please, lady, just close the damn thing. Okay, I will. Sorry, feller. Oh, wow, look. A recently chewed pork chop bone. Yikes. Oh, I don't want to know what brought that in here. Okay, now we're coming out the back of the barn where the wall's just kind of blown out. Oh, there's like a paddock or a corral made out of stone. That's really cool. Go check that out. Wow, guys, look at how the sand is just built up against this wall, this corral. Big old sand dune. Nature taking over this abandoned farm. I mean, this was some kind of a paddock or corral, and somebody spent a lot of time building this wall all around it out of rock. I mean, those kinds of walls are hard to build. I mean, look at the craftsmanship on that thing. Somebody went and collected all those rocks, quarried them somewhere, stacked them up. It's intense. People are lazy nowadays. Nobody would go through all that. Now, over here, there's a bunch of farm buildings next to the barn. That, I'm gonna guess, is like a hen house. Looks kind of like a chicken coop. We'll go in and figure it out. And there's this Quonset hut that right now is just full of tumbleweeds. But I guess back then maybe they used it just to store bales of hay or farm supplies. Okay, let's go in this hen house and check it out. I mean, like I said, I don't know anything about farming, so I don't know if this was a hen house or what, but you tell me. I mean, there's chicken wire. It looks like there was some kind of chickens. I don't know, it has that long, low roof. And there's a lot of chicken wire in here, so... Like somebody did some engine work. Man, there's so much tumbleweed in every building on this farm. It's just really spooky and evocative. It's very Dust Bowl. Very Tom Joad. Look at this old busted door. Man, everything in here is straight out of a Dorothea Lange photo. Dorothea Lange was that photojournalist who took all those pictures during the Great Depression. Oops, that was the door closing. She took that famous picture of the Dust Bowl mom holding her baby. Okay, and then there's another shed here behind the chicken coop. Oh, here, this is more stalls. Dang, this was a big old farm. Again, like I said, don't know farming, but maybe these were pig pens, pig stalls. They all have these little doors to go outside in them. Okay, so as far as a farm goes, they had a pretty big operation here, right? They got horses in the barn, chickens in this chicken coop, pigs in that shed. I'm assuming they probably had cows too. Maybe the cows, I think there's free range land around here. Maybe the cows just kind of wandered around on their own. And then there's one more farm building that we haven't gone in yet. So let's see what they had in there. Okay, here's the last building that we haven't been in. It looks like a real big garage or workshop of some sort. And then it's got this little shed off to the side. Let's check out what's in both of them. Okay, this little one was obviously a little work shed of some sort. Work tables. Some electrical boxes. It's a small little shed. So, working on projects, I guess. Oh wow, look at this old beer box down here though. I think it says Rheingold. Yep, Rheingold. Okay, so not much in the little outbuilding, but this long building, I bet, has some real interesting stuff in it. Let's see. Wow, this was a workroom, work shed, whatever you want to call it, garage. I mean, think about when you live on a farm, you're always repairing something, right? What do you think these were? It's a whole bunch of them, and I couldn't tell you for the life of me what they do or what they are. Wow, it's interesting. It smells like they're rubber, not metal. I thought they were metal. It smells like horse manure in here. Wow, but look how cozy it was in the winter. The guy would work out here, and he'd have his little fire going and this cool stove. Look at that. He got a little pipe going up chimney. And then he even had a television out here, look. So while he was working on his projects, he could watch his adult movies or whatever he watched. Just a few little leftovers. Not much to tell us about the person who worked in here. Any man would be super stoked to have this as his workshop. Look how huge, this building just goes on and on. No telling what kind of projects he worked on in here. It's interesting because there was that little man cave in the barn. Maybe they all had their own separate man caves, because to me, if I had this, what do I need a little man cave in the barn? I'll just come hang out here, watch TV, have a fire, take a shower. Looks like they were working on some plumbing issues. Holy cow, look at how much tumbleweed is piled up in the corner here. Crazy. Wow, the light is beautiful in here. That looks like pretty old paint. I don't even know what that thing is, like a trowel for cement or something. Let's see if there's one more. Oh, look, here's another room. Oh, I see, the whole barn is split into two parts. Holy wow, I mean, look at this impenetrable wall of tumbleweed. How are we ever gonna get back there? We have to though. Look at this, horseshoes hanging up on the wall. There's all kind of tools just laying out over there on the workbench. Dang, what a great workroom. And then they wanted to remind you to turn the air off when you were done. Look, smoke out here, man's room. Ooh, what's this? Looks like some kind of old-timey cassette tape. Oh, look, you can barely read it, but you know what it is? You light up my life. It's Reader's Digest, though. Maybe it's not the song, maybe it's a story called You Light Up My Life. Okay, look, I finally was able to get around that wall of tumbleweed and come around the backside, snoop around here. Wow, look at this old tape. It's all messed up. Old wire strippers. I mean, this has the potential to be a really cool workshop. I mean, if you cleaned this place out, just got rid of the tumbleweed, swept it out, this would be an amazing place to work on projects. Dang, half of me wants to buy this farm, turn it into a I don't know what, hippie artist colony. Acme, Paris green, poison. I don't even know what that is. Oh, a memo book. I wonder if this has clues as to who lived here. Let's see. 86 Wagoneer, V6. Well, I guess he's just taking notes, whoever it is. Dirk Andrews, Jim Horton, and Bill Wright. Oh, Bill Seberg. Oh, wait, Barbara Guernsey. Some kind of electrical sketch. Oh, the Napa Auto in Tonopah. I guess he had to go get auto parts in Tonopah. Tonopah is maybe a little over an hour away from here. Here it looks like it might have been his to-do list for the day. Ed McLaren, 64 Ford conversion. Straighten chrome LF, left front fender, grill, fill-in RR, RS, rocker panel, fixed window passenger side, fixed window rear, right side, sand and paint, yellow, 1 gallon, 7 days. Huh, so I guess the guy did car work back here. Interesting. Oh, wow, look, it's like they were testing out the brands for the ranch. How neat is that? These are all the different branding irons, I guess. I wonder what this ranch was called. Like the 2 Candy Cane Ranch? Oh, look. Bill's Automotive. Maybe that's the business that was run out here. I can't even read the address. It says it's on 4th Street, but every friggin' page is covered in dust here. Oh, Corona, California? Nah, we're nowhere near Corona, California. Must be from something else. Look, then there's a back room here. Dang, look at all that cable neatly hung up. I mean, whoever lived in here took care of stuff. Or not lived in here, but worked in here. Oh, wow, look, a whole box of old newspapers. Let's see when they're from. Inyo Register from 1988. So they're not really that old, but it's pretty cool. Oh, they're all the same one? Oh, there's a bunch of copies of the same exact newspaper. Weird. Such a cool workroom. Whoever worked in here really had his stuff together, man. Look. I think the story here was 3 brothers went in on an alfalfa farm together. Well, actually the 2 brothers probably went in on the farm, and then the 3rd brother, who was always getting into trouble, in and out of jail, meth, whatever, they hired him on as a hired hand just to kind of keep him out of trouble and help their brother out. And maybe the 2 older brothers had wives and families. Like the one brother in the big house and his wife had a little girl with that Jesus air freshener, and she used to go up in the tower there and read. She was kind of a literary type. In the medium house, the 2nd brother, he had a little boy who liked to play basketball. And you know what? I'll bet you anything, that little boy loved his uncle, the 3rd brother. He probably loved going out to... That 3rd brother was probably the one who worked in the workshop over there. Or maybe he was the one that had the man cave. And so the little boy would go out and hang out in the man cave, and that bad 3rd brother would show him like his old Playboys and let him drink a sip of beer. So the last date we saw in any of the magazines was 93. Most of the other papers were from 88 though, so I'm gonna guess sometime between 88 and 93 is when things kind of turned sour. Maybe the little boy kind of took after his bad uncle too much and he got into trouble out here with the law. Same with the 3rd brother maybe. The little girl, she went on to college. Now she's living in New York or San Francisco. And the 2 brothers and their families, their wives, there is no telling where they ended up, but they are not here now. They let this whole farm dry up into nothing. And that is a real shame, because this is a beautiful property with a lot of potential. The bail box. Stop it, there's mail. Hetchinga Transportation, Pixley, California. I don't even know where that is. Oh, they're just receipts. They really don't tell you anything about the people who live here. Darn it. Anyway, I really enjoyed exploring this old abandoned farm. It's like a real relic of a bygone era in this amazing state we call Nevada, in this amazing country we call America.